We're rolling. It's funny when I envisioned this right off the bat. I envisioned myself being in this chair.
We can switch.
And then you put your coffee there, and I was like,
We're all up. All turned around.
well, it's, what day is it? Wednesday, April 16th, 2025.
Sounds about right.
I'm not ready to be done skiing yet.
No, still skiing. Still got a couple more laps in, that's for sure. I mean, the mountain's about to shut down relatively soon, and so it's kind of open season for skinning. So the season's just begun.
Yeah, it's a time of year where it's kind of no rules. You just go and go until you can't.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask certain people, there's no rules ever. But, yeah, we're truly getting to the no-rule season.
Yeah, this is that time of year that kind of separates the different types of skiers.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's dumping right now. I don't know what's forecasted, but I think Jay was spraying about getting a foot today. I don't know about that, but it has happened.
Yeah. We've seen weirder things, that's for sure. But
probably be nice up top.
Yep, absolutely. This will probably bump us up another day or two in terms of longevity. So, yeah, it'll be good.
We like it.
It'll be good.
Yeah, man. How'd the season go overall?
The season was good. As you know, if you lived on the East Coast and especially around northern Vermont, like, you knew it was good. I'm sure you had plenty of good powder days, and I had multiple top 5 days of my life this year, which was pretty cool and exciting. The shop did well. I mean, surprise, ski shops do well when it snows a lot, and so yeah, it was an exciting year, and it was nice to, you know, not have a lot of people coming into the shop groaning that it's raining again, and it was all excitement and all happy faces kind of all the time. It was cool.
Yeah, stoke was high. You know, you never want to speak too soon when it's December and it's snowing a lot.
Yeah.
Because years past, you know, the last 5 years or so, it's been on and off. It'll snow on Monday, Tuesday, and then rain Thursday through Saturday. And not the case this year. We had like a full 2 months where it didn't get above freezing, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, my heating bill at the house, you know, that took a big hit, but the skiing stayed consistent and stayed awesome. There was none of that powder fever. Like, if you didn't ski on that day, you were going to miss it. You could actually ski a few days later and still get some fresh tracks, which was, again, just led to a lot of that happiness. So
totally,
it was cool.
I had under 10. I probably had 6, maybe 7 resort days, if that says anything.
Yeah.
It was a really good opportunity to kind of go and explore some new spots. Found a couple new favorites. I'm not going to tell anybody where they are, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Got to, you know, really work the powder skis this year.
Yep.
That was great. Yeah, didn't feel like I had to travel much to really get some world-class skiing in. Felt like definitely took some more face shots this year than I have in a while.
Yep, it was quite nice. The legs are tired, that's for sure, from skiing all. You know, it was a good season, and at least my legs are tired. I'm sure other folks are still itching to get out there, though.
Just in time for biking and running.
Just in time to transition over. Yeah,
it's different muscle groups.
Yeah, drastically different.
I'd like to touch on the running and biking, but I just wanted to ask you first.
Yeah.
Any big stuff happened this year in the ski world here in the Northeast, or Stowe, or just here in MountainOps?
I mean, nothing, like, I don't know, that I know of. Like, nothing too crazy. I mean, it just snowed a lot. So, I mean, Noah Dines with his $3.5 million, that was pretty darn big. And so that was cool to work with him on that adventure and, you know, look at his lovely feet all the time. It was exciting.
Yeah, what was that like working with him? We should bring him in at some point too. We should love to get the.
I mean, Noah's easy. He's got some of the gnarliest feet that I've ever seen personally, and somehow, you know, we just make a couple punches here and there and make a footbed for him, and he's like, yeah, that works great. And then he doesn't complain at all. So his foot does not belong in a ski boot, by any means, but he makes it work, obviously. And he's low maintenance, he's easy, and he doesn't complain.
Well, that's cool. Just that concept of your feet doesn't belong in a ski boot, but the ski boot can be modified for any foot.
Yeah.
You just have to take the time. You got to get in the right boots. I mean, obviously he doesn't have a lot of choice. It's Fischer or Fischer.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, I think that's kind of a cool thing that lends to a diverse boot industry. Every brand kind of has their own foot mold, and there's a boot for everyone out there.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I mean, we brought in more boots this year than any other year since I've been here, at least, and we sold a bunch of AT boots this year. We sold a lot, and obviously the snow definitely played a hand in that. But it was really cool. We brought in Technica this year, which was huge for us. So the 0G Pro Tour, the 0G Peak, those things killed it. Cochise killed it. And so, it was not just those boots just have a different feel and a different fit than a lot of other brands. And so it was cool to be able to accommodate that foot style. So
for sure,
it was huge.
Yeah, Technica does it really well. I think their liners are awesome. The materials they use for their shells and just their overall construction is super solid. That 0G Peak Carbon is quite the boot. I think that might be the F1 LT killer.
Yeah,
if it fits your foot.
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah, it did an incredible job, and it's got a great out of the box feel and easy to work on too. And so, that was a huge brand for us to bring in.
Cool. What else went big this year? We brought in the Ridge, dynafit Ridge.
Yeah, the dynafit Ridge was incredible. I mean, that boot and the 0G Pro Tour were kind of the two heavy hitters this year. Similar weights, somewhat similar category in terms of who's buying it. But yeah, that was a huge boot for us. I mean, the Rage Motion and the Hoji Walk Mode that's, in my opinion, that's the best walk mode system on the market in terms of skiability, maintenance, ease of use, all that stuff. And that's hands down the best walk mode, I think.
Nice.
What else? We brought in Forefront, Wander, and Hagan this year for ski brands. All of those did really well for us, and that was cool to bring in some of those new brands and freshen up the lineup. And those did great too.
Cool. What would you say was kind of the prevailing category this year? Were you seeing a lot of lightweight kind of free-mo, ski mountaineering type stuff going out, or people looking for that 50-50 setup, or kind of that primary resort, ski touring curious kind of shift world?
Yeah.
What were you seeing?
I think that since COVID, the Shift, the Atomic Hawks Prime XTD, and an alpine ski, that was hands down the most popular setup out there. But since then, Mike and I at least think that people are either realize that going uphill is hard and they hate it and they're just going to go back to alpine, which is great, or they're going to get lighter and lighter setup. And so getting into that 13 to 1500 gram boot, getting into that 13 or 1500 gram ski, getting that 200 to 350 gram binding, and just sneaking into that lighter and lighter category, more and more efficient category. That free-mo world of 1,000 gram ski, 1,000 gram boot, 150, 200 gram binding, that's still, it's getting more and more popular for us, but it's still on the fringe. It's not, people aren't quite dipping their toes into it just yet. It's a quiver ski for most people.
Totally. Yep.
And to get multiple AT setups is a bit ridiculous. We don't think it's
You're
ridiculous. Yeah, no, yeah. I don't think it's ridiculous. I think you should have at least 8 pairs of AT skis. But
one for every day of the week.
Yeah, but for most people, it is a bit ridiculous to get that quiver of AT skis.
It is really fun though. You learn a lot about skis when you get to be on a lot of different pairs. I think demo days are one of the best things to learn about skis.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why we're seeing a lot of you see a ton of Shift heavy touring setups on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
In the, following up from, you got those touring curious folks and they go for a heavy setup and they realize, oh, this is very challenging. And, it pushes them either one way or the other. They realize they don't like it, or, maybe had they tried a lightweight setup, they'd still be with it.
And it's still a great binding, and for what it is, like it's an incredible binding. It allows you to like go anywhere and do anything. But if you're spending more and more time going uphill, inevitably it starts to wear on you, especially if your friends start to get lighter weight stuff too.
For sure.
That's the big factor.
Yeah. For me, the sweet spot with a shift or, a hybrid binding, Duke PT, shift, whatever, is, I like going off into the woods on resort days, and I want the ability to go and really reach some of those far off powder stashes, and have the ability to get out there more efficiently without having a boot pack. And then, if things go sideways, I like being able to skin out if I need to.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really big case for that kind of setup.
That's perfect for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, how was lastskierstanding for you?
Yeah, that's an event that happened. It was good. I did this year. I went into it significantly less trained than I did last year, and so I did less laps. But I went into it with the mindset this year of like, I'm just going to go in and have fun, or go until I stop having fun. And then a few more of my friends did it this year, and so some friends flew out from Colorado, and I wanted to be able to support her and see how far that she could go. So I did 7 or 8 laps, and then helped her throughout the rest of it. And it was exciting. She went for 19 laps, 20 laps or so, which was awesome. It was cool to see her, and I think next year she's all fired up to do it again, because this was her first year and she was just figuring it out. And so I think she wants to do more, and I bet she will 100% do more.
Cool. Yeah, that's a formidable first attempt.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. It's such a cool event. The vibes are high. It's cool people. You get to meet some of the best of the best, and it's not a event where people keep to themselves. Everybody's chatting, everybody's having fun. There's dogs there.
Plenty of dogs. Yeah, it's a wild scene, especially those first like 8 to 10 hours too. When the majority of the people are still there. Yeah, the longer you stick around, the stoke gets less and less because it just dwindles.
It definitely morphs over with each lap. But,
it just turns into a different kind of stoke.
Yep.
Cool. But yeah, it was a cool event. It was good weather this year too.
Yep.
Great weather.
Good sun. Nice and warm for most of it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
What are you looking forward to this spring? What's going on? What are we doing here?
Spring wise, I mean, obviously looking excited to get back on the bike and running. Not ready to hang up the skis just yet, but definitely looking forward to when that day comes. And then in terms of gear and brands, like we're bringing in for shoes, running shoes, topoathletic, bringing in normal, and we brought in rossignol. Yep. So those are big brands. We don't have a lot of that stuff in just yet, but should be coming relatively soon. For nutrition stuff, we're trying to up our nutrition game too. And so bringing in NAC, Tailwind, and Gnarly Nutrition. And so bringing in those 3 brands at least, cool. Maybe one more. And so, looking forward to that. And they're a lot of the high carb, high nutrition, high hydration, that kind of stuff. And so,
nice.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Gnarly. Their Fuel 2.0 is super awesome. Yeah. They make one, I think it's a cherry cola. Yeah. It's got a good dose of caffeine in it. And yeah, I'm not a mega long distance runner, but when I am running longer distances, for me, it's just so nice to have something a little bit of sweet and a little energizing to really pick me up and carry me through. Yeah, I'm a big snack guy. Yeah, if I go anywhere and I don't have a snack in my pocket, it's not going to be as fun as if I did have a snack in my pocket. Yeah, and I'm excited for running this year. I also just picked up a gravel bike, so I'm going to be, trying to balance that like I did skiing and climbing this winter. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. This year, this winter, I was kind of balancing the climbing with the skiing, so I feel like I didn't really do much of either.
Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah.
You always want to do more, but yeah, grateful for what we had.
That's the problem with some of there's too many sports ADD.
Yeah, for sure. You always have someone texting you to go do one thing when you really want to go do the other.
Yeah. Got too much going on.
Yeah.
But, no, it should be good. Yeah, I think the running side of the stop is going to be good. The biking, we're bringing in a few new demo bikes, which is exciting. We're bringing in, hopefully, Esker, a new bike brand for us, and so bike packing oriented, steel frames. We're bringing in their Hey Duke, which is their hardtail mountain bike, 120 fork, and more bike pack oriented, lots of attachment points, and so that'll be up for demo as well. We're doing still doing that bike packing event this year, so from Dirt Church to Kingdom Brewing and back, so that'll be exciting.
Cool.
Potentially do some once a month big group rides as well, and so yeah, well, we're working that out right now, and so yeah, we got some stuff in the works.
Nice.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that big ride.
Yeah, the bike packing one? Or? Yeah. So last year, I mean, we've been doing it the last couple of years, but last year we did it from Dirt Church Brewing up in East Haven, so Northeast Kingdom, over to Kingdom Brewing in Newport. And each day, first day was around like 45 miles, and then the second day was right around like 38 or 40 miles. We're probably going to do similar routes this year as we did last year. But it's a decent ride, you know, like 45 miles, and it's got some rugged bits in it. And
nice.
We try and make lots of stops and breaks and see some scenic stuff. And we do have a sag wagon, like the van follows us the whole time. So a lot of people will just put all of their gear within the van, and that meets us up at Kingdom Brewing. And if you need a break, you can jump on in. We try and make that accommodating and just make the rough terrain a little bit easier versus carrying 50 pounds on your back. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
That's huge. I like that. I hadn't been aware of the van, following van.
Yeah.
That ought to make it a lot more accessible for folks.
Yeah, that's what we try and do. It's more of like a intro to bike packing in a sense of like, you know, camping and navigating and how to go from point A to point B and what class 4 roads are if you're not familiar with that within Vermont. Have a group setting, but you don't have to carry all that weight. Like if you don't have the bags and you don't have all that fancy gear, then it's fine. Like you can just jump in the van. So yeah.
Nice. I bet that's fun.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. How about running? What's going on in Stowe for running?
I mean, yeah, each year we try and get a few of our brands to drop off some demo shoes. And so like last year we got Normal to drop off some demo shoes, and we typically bring them to the Stowe Trailheads in town, the running club in town. And so if you don't know them and you are a runner, you should definitely look them up. They're on social media. And so, yeah, they do typically Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Group runs, typically on trail, just depending on weather's allowed and whether the trail is open. But yeah, it's a great run, like good easy pace and good fun pace. And yeah, we're going to be trying to bring more demo shoes to those guys, nutrition to those guys. We're going to try and tag along to a couple races as well, like the Black Fly run and bike race up in the Northeast Kingdom. Potentially the race to the top of Vermont. We're going to tag along with that. And so, yeah, but other than that, I mean, I don't have anything on my agenda. I'm just going to try and run and not get hurt.
Yeah,
so.
Totally. Yeah, yoga's important. Drinking water's important. I'm trying to drink less coffee, but it's not working.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to really get my running back up, but last fall I was training so hard for lastskierstanding. I got some plantar fasciitis in my heel, and that just like derailed it.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
I just never had that before in any activity that I'd ever done. And, man, like 3 weeks, I was just unable to do anything.
Yeah.
And leading right up into ski season. And then
That's brutal.
my partner was like, hey, you want to do an Epsom salt foot soak? And we watched, I don't know what we were watching at the time, but we were probably watching Alone and did the foot soak.
Yeah.
And, like, instantly, the plantar fasciitis was gone. And I was like, oh my God, this is magic. So I'm not trying to push
Witchcraft
or Epsom salts. We don't even sell Epsom salts. Maybe we should, but that stuff did the trick.
Did it?
Yeah, no amount of Theragun could have done that.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
But
Well, there you go.
yeah, so I gotta spend some time building back up. And
Sounds like we're bringing Epsom salts into the shop this summer.
dude, we're gonna be smelling like patchouli and yeah, have incense burning, some sage over the door.
Exactly.
Be one of those shops.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, we are trying to clear out some skis here.
Yeah. Yeah, we still got plenty of sweet ski deals like flat skis, alpine skis, touring skis. Got a bunch of demo skis, alpine and AT. So if you are looking for either an alpine setup or an AT setup, then we got plenty of that stuff. Demo boots are on crazy sales right now too for AT.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we still got plenty of that stuff. Definitely, if you're looking to get an AT setup and get it on the cheap and still get, I mean, we probably got, if you want to really sneak it out, we probably got a month left of skinning, maybe.
I think so.
And so
There will be snow to ski in June.
Yeah.
I'm confident of that.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, might as well get an AT setup and keep that season going for you.
Yep. Some of my best days have been post-resort closing, just uphill laps.
Yeah.
Had a nice uphill corn lap on Spruce.
Yeah.
2 days ago. That was a lot of fun.
The best resort is a closed resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. No lift lines.
Exactly.
Tell people I don't want to wait 10 minutes in a lift line, so I'll walk uphill for 2 hours to take one run instead.
Way more efficient.
Way more cool. Yeah. Sweet, man. Yeah, we got a lot of short sleeve shirts and shorts in here. Got some Mammut, Ortovox, Cotopaxi.
Yep.
Howler Bros.
Yeah, we got a lot of Howler Bros behind us. I mean, Howler Bros has been killing it for the last few years here. It is primarily, an all male kind of clothing brand, but if it fits and you like it, then whatever. And then we're bringing in Wild Rye on the women's side, so that's pretty darn exciting.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Yeah, and so yeah, I mean, it's the shop's looking good, very pastel-y. So
I like the color palette for this season. It's pretty good.
yeah.
Apparently, all the brands get together with like a couple of analytics companies that tell them what color palettes are going to be hot when, and
Yeah.
it's earth tones and pastels here this year.
Yeah. I guess
nice.
light purple is the new color this year, I guess.
I'm a fan. Purple needed to make its way around again, and yep.
My color
stoked.
palette is black and gray, so
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
the color pastels are.
Slide under the radar.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sweet.
should be a good summer. Hopefully, the weather cooperates and we don't get that 100-year flood 3 years in a row, and so that'll be exciting. Yeah.
Cool. Well, you got a couple Rossi shoes right there.
Yep.
Let's chat about those and talk about Topo a little bit since we have it here.
Yep. A couple different Rossi shoes. We got like their more trainer style shoe, and then their more race or high alpine kind of shoe. But yeah, they're kind of nice. They're treating it a little bit more of like a ski boot, which is nice in the sense that I believe it's this one where you can actually, it's got a footbed, but then it also has a volume spacer in there as well. And so kind of like a ski boot to where you can change the different volumes, change the cushion of that shoe. And so you've got that stock footbed in there, which you should rip out and you should put a regular or a different footbed in there, like a trim to fit or a custom footbed in there, which we can touch on another time. But and then you got this again volume spacer underneath there, so that's kind of cool. I haven't seen that in too many other brands, so
nice.
It's kind of nice.
Tread looks pretty good on those.
Yep. Some 4mm lugs there, some pretty good spacing, a relatively wider toe box, which is kind of nice. But yeah, we're excited about these guys, and we'll see how they do.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like anybody running in a craft shoe or, any of those other kind of all-around trail shoes should probably try out a Rossi.
Yep.
I'd be excited to get in some of those. So what are those models again?
This is the Vinosk, and
cool.
then this is the Sensor.
Nice. Neat, man.
Yep.
You mentioned we're bringing in Topo as well. I've been not a super long time advocate, but I've definitely been converted. I was in a Merrell trail glove for like 5 years, and I was always against the stack, but then I realized that I was hurting myself trying to run in those as much as I was. And I've enjoyed this Mountain Racer 3 a lot. I put it through its paces quite a bit. Did some Franconia Ridge runs and things like that, and it's just super stable. Nice wide toe box, but a nice super tight locking heel, and the midfoot's nice and narrow too, so it's just real anatomical. Obviously everybody's foot's different, but yeah, I probably put 100 miles on this so far, and
nice.
Yeah, it's rocking and rolling. The Vibram Mega Grip on the bottom's holding up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for these guys. I think I don't have a wide foot, but I have wide points on my feet. Like I got some big old bunions, and so I typically will bust out of almost every single shoe that I have on this inside here. And so having that wider forefoot is great, but then still locking down my instep and the heel. And I tried those Ultras for the same reason of not busting out the sides, but I was just slopping around in there and had to crank the laces down so much, and the heel was just sliding around a lot, and that zero drop just messed me up too. So having that aspect of the wide forefoot with the 5mm stack or the 5mm drop is, I've only gotten probably like maybe 10-20 miles on them so far, so really not much, but the initial impressions are good.
Yeah, it's been super durable. I think the only wear I see is just in the back on the Achilles here is starting to fray a little bit, but everything else is good. And yeah, the laces lock down real nice and even, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's a great shoe. I like it.
Yep. So we'll see how those guys do, but I think they'll do well.
Sweet.
Think they'll do well.
Good deal. Well, excited for that. Excited to demo an eskerbike this year, even though I just got a gravel bike. Maybe I'll start buying bikes like I buy jackets, which will make me a very poor man. Cool. Well, I'm excited for the spring.
Yeah.
Not rushing out of winter yet. It's dumping right now. So probably ski tomorrow morning.
Actively coming down.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
What else do people need to know about? How do they get in touch with us over here at MountainOps in Stowe, Vermont?
You can always call the shop. Reach out to us on social media as well. I'll try and respond to that. Or just come on in, stop on by, and we're happy to help. I mean, a lot of our, we do transfer into, a bike rental shop and demo shop in the summertime. But we can still do all of the ski services. So boot fitting, mounting, tuning. We're still going to do that tuning kind of deal last week of each month. Drop off your skis, and then we're going to tune those skis within that week there, and then you can get them on back. You can tune them for next season. We can put a summer wax on them. But yeah, we're still happy to help out with all that stuff. So
for like 5 years, I didn't tune my skis at all. Not even wax. And I was just like, oh, I don't want to spend the money. And then I did, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which at some point we're in the fall, probably in the fall, we're going to do 2 kind of educational series, especially for the backcountry users, because, you know, you're not alone in that. I think the backcountry skiers around here are pretty notorious for not taking care of their gear and maintaining their skis, their skins, and their feet. So we're going to try and do some educational stuff as to what you can do to stop issues before they're major issues.
Yep. Nip it in the bud.
Exactly.
Preventative maintenance is huge.
Huge. And it's all little things that you can do at home.
Keeping those ski bases hydrated. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
But ski bases do dry out, and then they don't slide well.
Yeah.
So yeah, throw some wax on your skis. Do it at home if you want. We can maybe do it better with the tools that we have, but
Definitely.
it's coming across a little cocky.
It's just fast.
We can tune your skis for you. You can do it too. Little YouTube University.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, summer's a great time to buy ski boots. Gives you a lot of time to try them on.
Yep. Big time.
If you can find your size.
Big time.
Sweet. Awesome, man. Well, mountainopsvt.com is the website.
That too.
I don't know our phone number.
802-253-4531.
Sweet. Emily's here. Guess the podcast is over. You want to come say hi?